The first update we have today is about Mauricio Umansky from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It looks like he's been spotted with a reality star 21 years younger than him, right as he's debuting a very revealing new look. Okay, so Mauricio, who's 55, was seen getting pretty cozy with 34-year-old CJ Franco after a dinner date in West Hollywood, and she's newly single too. There are photos of him kissing her cheek and resting his head on her shoulder. So yeah, it's his latest, very public age gap connection since the split. But this isn't just about a date. It's happening at the exact same time he's focused on totally rebranding his image. He just posed for a whole series of hot and sexy photos, showing off his abs for a new campaign. And what does Kyle Richards think of all this? Well, insiders are saying she views his new flings as pathetic and pretty much a running joke. A source claims she's not shocked when he's seen with someone new, she's just thankful he's not her responsibility anymore and is focusing on her own peace. So Mauricio's latest moves really confirm he's embracing his new life as a single man, regardless of what his soon-to-be ex-wife reportedly thinks. Before we get into the next update, please make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to this channel. Okay, then let's move on to next update now.
Next, we are going to talk about a highly anticipated reality star business that, it began with lines stretching way down the block, but now it's reportedly facing a huge downturn. Insiders are even claiming the staff fears this West Hollywood shop could be following in the footsteps of a recently closed restaurant. So this story is about something about her, the sandwich shop from Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney that opened back in May 2024. And while that initial surge was real, creating months of long lines, sources are confirming that business has just dramatically plummeted since the opening rush. It's gotten so much slower, and they just don't need to staff as many people anymore. And you can imagine, the employees are worried that something about her could close entirely. They're worried it could mirror the fate of Schwartz and Sandy's, the former bar owned by Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz. The core issue seems to be this flaw in relying on that initial reality TV hype. See, the customer base is mostly tourists who visit only once, which is just not sustainable for covering West Hollywood's really high and rising rents. To cover those costs, they're relying on sandwich sales, which, for context, run between $14 and $18 a piece. And on top of that, word is that Ariana and Katie are very rarely, if ever, seen at the shop these days. But there is a critical counterpoint here. Insiders stress that the rent is paid, confirming something about her is not going anywhere anytime soon. So this was today's update about something about her's business challenges. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about a recent Instagram photo from Jim Edmonds' wife, Courtney O'Connor, that ignited some major drama with followers. And this all went down just a week after Jim gained temporary custody of his children from ex-wife Meghan King. So what's going on here? Well, the drama centers on Meghan King, who recently lost temporary custody of her 3 children, Aspen, Hayes, and Hart, to Jim Edmonds. This change reportedly happened after Meghan allegedly gave Ritalin to their son Hayes without him actually being diagnosed with ADHD. She even supposedly asked a school nurse to do the same. As a result, the kids spent Thanksgiving with Jim and Courtney in Tennessee, and that's where the Instagram post comes in. Courtney posted this picture of their blended family, and she captioned it, "Grateful for us, the love we chose, the peace we protect, and the family we're growing together." Well, the comments came in fast. When followers asked about Jim's older children, Courtney responded pretty sharply. She said the other kids are with their mothers and told the commenter to, quote, "seriously get a life or unfollow." She was just as direct when a follower offered good wishes to Meghan King. Courtney replied that they should send those warm wishes directly to her page. And when someone asked if she would ever join The Real Housewives, Courtney flatly stated she would never. This temporary arrangement is set to be decided permanently very soon, as Jim and Meghan are due back in court on December 9th. So this was today's update about the ongoing custody battle involving Jim Edmonds, Courtney O'Connor, and Meghan King. Let's now move on to next update.
Okay, next we are going to talk about Rachel Leviss. Remember her? From the absolute center of that massive Vanderpump Rules scandal? Well, she's basically vanished from the scene since leaving the show. But now, some new photos of her with a new boyfriend just dropped, and people are saying she looks completely unrecognizable, and you won't believe what she's doing for a career now. So, quick refresher. Season 10 was all about the huge cheating scandal involving her, Tom Sandoval, and of course Ariana Madix. After all that blew up, Rachel just didn't return for Season 11.
she was done. And when I say done, I mean she really changed things up. She moved away from the whole LA scene, and now she's living in Tucson, Arizona. Her new career? It's sound healing. She even led her first group sound bath at a retreat recently, saying she wants to share the things that help calm her mind. She's also dating someone new, a guy named Jason Boucher. Just a bit ago, on November 18th, he posted these pictures of them together in Mexico, and the fan reaction was immediate. People were saying she looked so happy and just unrecognizable. But the one comment that really got everyone talking speculated she had a pregnancy glow and asked if she was pregnant. So this was today's update about Rachel Leviss and her dramatic shift to Arizona and sound healing. Let's now move on to the next update.
Next, we are going to talk about Brandi Glanville, who just shared an intense update on her serious health battle. We're talking a bone infection and an IV line that went straight to her heart. But that's not all. She also revealed where she now stands with her ex-husband, Eddie Cibrian. So you might remember back in September, she revealed she was dealing with this awful bone infection, a really deep staph infection. And it got serious. She had an IV line that ran from her arm right into her heart, which, made even simple things like showering super difficult. The good news is she just shared that she's finally feeling so much better. She says it has been a slow process, but she's getting back to her normal routine. Right now, she's really just focused on self-care, simplicity, and peace. She even moved to a new home for a fresh start and seems to be shifting away from past reality TV stuff toward her new YouTube series and other projects she's creating. And speaking of finding peace, let's talk about Eddie Cibrian. We all know their history was messy, to say the least, especially with her accusations that he cheated on her with Sheena Shea and others. But now, she says they're in a much better place. It really sounds like they're both just trying to keep things steady and supportive for their kids. Even her holiday plans are all about keeping things low-key, just relaxing with family. So this was today's update about Brandi Glanville's recovery and co-parenting status. Next, we are going to talk about all the surprising things Andy Cohen revealed after BravoCon, including why he's totally questioning the sincerity of one of the biggest Housewives reunions, and details on a brand new road trip show that's set to rock the entire franchise. So let's talk about that big reunion. Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson suddenly making up right ahead of Vicki's comeback on Orange County? Well, Andy Cohen admitted he doesn't really know if he buys it. And his reason? They're already doing SpawnCon, that's sponsored content together. Kinda makes you wonder, right? But really, BravoCon 2025 was just packed with reconciliations. The biggest one of all was probably Teresa and Melissa. But Andy also mentioned seeing Lindsay and Carl being super kind together, and that Phaedra and Miss Quad actually made up backstage at Watch What Happens Live. And then there was the whole Shamea and Drew Sidora situation. I mean, they fought all weekend. We're talking even physically pushing each other. But then, after the cameras went off, they sang an unplanned duet. They said the song brought them together because they sounded so good. You can't make this stuff up. As for new shows, we got a few updates. The new Real Housewives of New York City cast is set and filming is gonna start in the next few months. No names yet though. And the big one, Ultimate Girls Trip is coming back in 2026 on Bravo. But it's a whole new thing. It's called Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip. To celebrate 20 years of Housewives, they're taking iconic cast members, past and present, on a road trip to the actual Housewives cities. So this was today's update about Andy Cohen's latest Bravo reveals. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we're going to talk about a reality star who just admitted to rigging her own storyline, and it involves a secret car meeting and a bizarre controversy called Fruity Pebbles Gate. So this is all about Demi Engemann from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She just came out and claimed she actually conspired with production to fake a plot point. Apparently, after they filmed season 1, production felt the show was a little boring. So they asked the cast to pitch some ideas for a dramatic cliffhanger. Demi suggested staging a meeting with Dakota Mortensen, who, is the ex of her castmate Taylor Frankie Paul. The whole goal was for production to get footage of them talking in a car, to make it look like they had, quote, something going on for the finale. The plan was to then clarify in season 2 that he was just seeking advice, like he had with Macy. Now, her castmate Michaela Matthews had accused Demi of wanting to stage an affair, but Demi says that's not true, and the story got twisted. She insists all the castmates were asked for ideas. And if that wasn't enough, there's also Fruity Pebbles Gate. Earlier this week, castmate Jessie Nagatakura alleged that Demi's husband Brett drank Demi's urine. Demi confirmed it happened once, but was not happy Jessie made it public. So what did she do? She posted a video making fun of it,
It showed Brett drinking a yellow liquid, while Demi just shrugged and ate fruity pebbles out of a margarita glass. She even captioned it saying the show should be called Secret Lives of Kinky Wives. So this was today's update about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives drama. Let's now move on to next update.
Okay, next we are going to talk about the massive fallout from BravoCon, where reality star Jeff Lewis found himself in some seriously hot water. He's fighting to save his 18-year friendship with Andy Cohen, addressing a pretty controversial joke, and defending a snarky comment he made to a fan. So, on his SiriusXM radio show, Jeff confirmed that he and Andy are in a better place now. He admitted he was really upset that he hurt Andy and basically screwed up his panel by being, aggressive and negative. He really values their friendship and said, "I have no problem saying, I'm sorry." Then he got to that joke about Monica Garcia from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. He clarified that he only insinuated she was on food stamps, saying his whole point was that Andy should hire more affluent women. His reasoning was, 5 kids and no job, that's a lot. So, yeah, he admitted the joke just didn't land. He also reacted to Lala Kent calling him out on Instagram for a comment he made to a sober fan at BravoCon. He claims the comment was taken out of context. He had asked the fan, who's in recovery, if BravoCon was a good place to be, with all the drinking. But then Jeff described the fan as long-winded and a downer who killed the vibe. He also challenged Lala, who he thought was a friend, asking why she didn't just call him directly instead of taking it all public.